Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're going to hopefully go from Nightmare 71 through to 90. We are going to try and blitz these out as much as possible because as you can see we only have 9 days, 5 hours left in order to get through Hell as well. So cutting it a bit close, we'll see. Now Valianters, I've not gone through Valianters at the moment. The best Valianters to use if you are trying to beat it using just those Valianters would be Atrops. I would say... there's not really much choice in the way of non-DD Valianters. I would say Christine might be very, very good, but old reliable Themis and Elune should see you through. But again, we're not going to do that. What we are going to do, we're going to stick with our original team because I do need to blitz through, and I said I would do this with non-DD units, so we'll just go ahead and see whether or not it is possible. This is the team setup that I use. Lee, Lily and Leah, and Nawi, all Glorians. You've got Halissa and Merlin for Doom synergy, and as well, Halissa will increase the HP of all of our Monarchs by 300% because we do have 3 Monarchs on the team, and that comes from her exclusive runes. If you don't have her exclusive runes already and you're trying to get through difficult content and you have a number of Monarchs available, that is probably your best bet. So we do, in fact, start to increase our physical defense and magic defense. The reason that we do that is primarily because of Lily and Leah. Their exclusive runes will provide increase in defense whenever a Verdiant synergy is triggered. So as you can see, whenever one of our units attacks, another one will follow up with a basic attack. That is the Verdiant synergy triggering. We didn't get it on Merlin's attack, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I'm not too fussed. We have healed now. We do get the shield for Lily and Leah, which means that we should see absolutely, massive shields and massive damage from Nawi as well. Very, very strong. And we're just going to blitz through. We'll blitz through until 75. We'll try and get through to 75 here. And just see how well it goes for us with this team specifically. Again, I think that having the Monarch synergy within your non-DD team is going to be the best bet for you. And as you can see, relics down at the bottom, you've got the claw, or the Doom's Claw. You have... Ooh. Oh, this is easy, especially with Verdients. What we're going to do is... It looks a bit weird, but we're going to take out this and we're going to pop in, where have you gone? Here. This horn here. So after triggering dodge, retaliates with basic attack against the attacker during battle. We've got our 4 Verdients, so we should see this boss go down quite quickly. Having the 4 Verdients means we're going to do more basic attacks, and as well having the horn every time we dodge an attack, we're going to retaliate with a basic attack, which means that this guy's shield is going to go down very, very quickly. So we'll just see here. We don't get any dodges here. Oh, and not there either. Oh, we need to increase our dodge rate. So we do get 2 responses from Lee. Oh, and now we down. Oh, that's a big problem. Fortunately, we've still got our Monarchs here, which is doing the business. Halissa to heal up a little bit. But yeah, as you can see, Lee is doing very, very, very strong work in this one. We don't get a miss there either. We just need more misses. We got a miss from Halissa and Lee to respond with a basic attack. And another basic attack. Lee is really carrying this one, isn't he? Flipping heck. Alright, okay, so we get our HP increases, we get our attack increases, we get our fortitude. This will do absolutely nothing. This will do absolutely nothing. We just need those basic attacks. And I think increasing dodge rate, the relic for increasing dodge rate, is going to be the key to getting this boss down. So as you can see, Lee really popping off in this one. He really is popping off in this one. Yeah, very, very strong. We do get some basic attacks, but none, unfortunately, because now we went down, we lose our biggest basic attacker. And we get that reflect damage in there from Merlin as well. And we get the reduced HP and shielding and attack on this boss because we did his minions in. So hopefully we should be able to do enough to this boss now to beat him. The other way that, I was going to say, The other way to beat this boss... Oh, I've got a long hair here. Alright, note to self, that needs chopping in a second. Right. Yeah, weird. I was going to say the other tactic to beating this boss is just longevity. So the way that that boss works, his minions will come back on round 10. If you can get the minions to... if you can kill the minions again a second time, then you can effectively power through and take off another half of the boss's health, which leaves him with about 25% health. That is how you get through 75, is just by responding with those basic attacks. Let's see if this works here. So every time we get a dodge, we should respond with a basic attack. But we'll just have to see. So these guys are going to attack now after we've done our business. Unfortunately, no misses here. We do get a miss here, and we do respond with a basic attack there as well. And we get the miss from Hallister, but Hallister not triggering that. Very strange. I think I need to pop Lee in this front spot, to be honest. We get the healing for Hallister, and that boosts up her attack and boosts up her defense as well. So I think we're at the max now, max level for this. And yeah, just those two doing absolutely massive damage. Lee and Hallister and Nawi to do absolutely crazy damage. And then we should see Merlin pop off as well. Shield nearly down, but there's a very strong attack from a loon. Enemy loon anyway. So we'll see. Really is. Very strange. Right. Now that I am aware of this, I can just see it. Right, hold on. One second. Where have you gone, my little orange circle? Oh boy, do I need a haircut. But now it's gone. Yeah, it's alright, does the job. So, we're going to power through, all the way through to 90. Again, I'm not using non-DD Valianters. I'm not using Protectors. They are garbage. If you are using them, it's probably because they are the only units that you can use. These are the units that you should be going for. Again, just very, very strong. Very, very powerful Monarch synergy. It really is. Like having these Monarchs, non-DD Monarchs, really, really strong. And as well, just something to keep in mind, I do have 4 Lightseeker synergy. Now, a lot of people sleep on the Lightseeker synergy. It's probably because a lot of people can't access the Lightseeker synergy, but every 1 stack of buff gained by Lightseeker heroes increases their damage boost and damage reduction by 3%, so up to 60% increased damage and 60% stacks. The reason that you'll see quite high drop off of damage, so we take a lot here, but every time we get a stack of buff, thanks to Hallister, thanks to Lee, thanks to Merlin, and thanks to Lily and Leah, we will gain those stacks of buffs. That does include shielding as well, so just something to keep in mind. But every time we do gain a stack of buff, we will gain that additional 3% damage, and we'll gain that additional 3%. We'll gain the additional 3% damage reduction as well. So as you can see, we take a lot less damage now than we did previously. I still need to change Lee and Hallis around, but Merlin to do a fair chunk of damage as well. But we gain the additional buffs as well, and that will then permanently increase our damage and our damage reduction as well, up to that 60%. If you have 5 Lightseekers on the team, so if I were to take out Lee in this scenario and I were to pop in Atrops, we could effectively get away with this, and we would have 5 Lightseekers. And 5 Lightseekers, what they do, every 1 stack of buff gained by Lightseeker heroes increases their damage boost and damage reduction by 4% up to 20 stacks. So very, very strong, but I'm keeping Lee in primarily because he's the one who's been counter-attacking. Now what we need to do is take you out, and we will pop in you as well. Because we don't have too much healing, so we can't really rely on healing spear. But we're up to 79 here. And then I think, yeah, Lee goes down. First chance we put him in that spot. I think what we can do, if we change Lily and Lee around, typically they will have higher defense than Lee has. at the very start. Like towards the end, Lee will probably have a higher defense. Oh, hold up. Incoming WhatsApp call. Bear with me. Let me just get through 80, and then I'll call them back, whoever it is. But yeah, as I was saying, we've got the attack and we've got the defense as well, building up over time. So this is every time Lee tries to... Oh dear. Well, me bragging about Lee and how good he is. Just silly. But we do get the increased attack and defense here as well. And we get the fortitude on Nawi, which should hopefully power us through. Now, we've not really countered Gwyn, but I don't suspect we'll need to. I don't suspect we'll need to anyway, but we'll see. There we go. All right, and that is through to 80, so I'll be back in just a second. Sorry about that. So my daughter was not in the best of moods and came up to tell me so. So we're going to go through to 90 and just see how far we get. Now, we do keep losing Lee. I think this is going to be a troubling one. We'll have to see, though. This setup, enemy setup, having the 2 Monarchs, 2 Phantoms, and the corrode damage as well, can be very troubling. Now, we do get the increased attack and defense whenever Verdant Synergy triggers, and that is from Lily and Leah. And then, hopefully, we should be able to survive through. Splash Axe putting a lot of work in there. Nawi also putting a lot of work. Fortunately, Nawi able to get this fortitude effect. Woof. Yeah, as you can see, we're in round 2 and we've just decimated the enemy team. Again, this Verdant Monarch team, very, very strong. I'm just going to keep pushing through now. Up until 85, when I will explain exactly why I'm running Lee, and I'll show you exactly why I'm running Lee in this spot. For Solomon specifically, so we'll just have to see how well Lee does in this one. Apparently not bad. Apparently he did the most damage. So yeah, Solomon says here can be countered by Victoria, Karnak, and Ossie, but you can also use Ophelia, you can use Hades, and you can use Lee as well. Very, very strong from Lee specifically. And again, it's just... What will happen is Solomon will cast his bind, and then Lee will attack. He'll take action. So this bind does get negated with thanks to the 3 Glorians that are on the team. There's another way to remove that. It never used to happen. Solomon used to be able to bind through the 3 Glorians, used to avoid the unstoppable effect, but I think they've changed that recently because a lot of people were having a lot of difficulty getting through this boss specifically, and it's because you couldn't use Glorians against him. But now Glorians are the way forward, plus if this effect does wear off, because we do only have the 3, technically we have the 3 Glorians on the team, so we only have 4 rounds, I believe. 4 rounds of control immunity, which means that after those 4 rounds, Solomon can bind us. So we either finish this very quickly, like that, for example, or we do use a counter in the form of Lee as well. So that is 85 all sorted. Again, we're going to blitz through to 90, and we'll just show off the Holy Shield interaction as well. Looks like that was a tough one. 86 has always been a tough one. No matter which way you cut it, it really is really, really strong. And the reason for that is the Phantoms, and it's the mix of Dooms, Mist, and Phantom. That is really troubling. They do so much damage, and they keep coming back and back and back, and you just can't beat them. Sometimes you can't, but having Monarchs within the team with a powerful attacker like Nawi, for me, that's the way forward. Now, you can use Katrina on this one, you can use Makaria on this one. I don't suspect we'll have too much trouble. I don't think any of these units remove Holy Shield when they attack. I think we should be able to, though, purify, or we should be able to remove any Holy Shields that the enemy does have with the Splash Axe. So the Splash Axe, what it does is when you hit, it hits all targets. So Talos will apply this Holy Shield. The reason that this is so strong of a fight is because of the technically 4, but only 3 Monarchs on the enemy team. Not being able to one-shot the enemy, plus then all of these Holy Shields, it really does set the precedent. Or not set the precedent, but it really does set a high bar to beat. But I think we should be absolutely fine now that Lily and Leah have cast their shields. So their shields are based on, oh, look at that, just survived a Nawi swing. That is mental. But it looks like we did it on round 5. Yeah, again, Nawi to do the business, very, very strong. But that's it from me. I just want to say thanks very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and yeah, good luck.